Mooch is back today. Here he is, everybody, one of the smartest and entertaining guys on TV and radio today, former White House communications director, and our dear friend Anthony Scaramucci. Good morning, Mooch.
Hey, Sid, good morning. How you doing, man? I have been on the road, though, but mostly Las Vegas, my brother.
Oh, you've been in Vegas? Did you try to get into the Cosmopolitan? They'll let you in because you're white.
Yeah. My home is the Bellagio.
That's a nice place. I know your Soul conference was a huge, smashing success, and I'll take some of the blame for not getting there this year because I didn't really follow up. But next year we certainly want to be there. But I will say this, Anth, I thought about you yesterday because I know that you were becoming sort of friendly. Maybe you still are. I think you still are. In fact, with Avenatti, I know a couple of TV networks even came to you with an idea of putting you two guys together on a show. Now he seemingly is in very, very big trouble. So what is the deal right now with you and Mike, and what are your thoughts on what's going on?
Well, I mean, look, I don't walk away from people that I have a friendship with or an acquaintanceship with because they're going through rough times. I think people that do that to people, it says a lot about their own personal character.
Agreed.
Yes. I was friends with Michael Cohen.
Yep.
And I feel bad about Michael's situation. I don't love certain things that he did as it related to the president. But having said that, we're friends, and, I'm on the list. I hope to go up to Otisville and visit him. So I'm not a guy that walks away from friends. So having said that, Michael Avenatti and I have met maybe 5 or 10 times, had a good rapport with him. But I believe in our justice system. At the end of the day, he's innocent until he's proven guilty. I wish him well. I haven't spoken to him recently, but that's not because, I'm cutting and running from a guy that's in trouble. I mean, I grew up in a neighborhood. I think you guys did too. You don't do that to people. And it's a bad reflection on yourself personally. So for me, I wish him well, but we just weren't as close, let's say, as Michael Cohen and I were.
Will you visit him in prison?
Michael Cohen, I will. Michael Avenatti, probably not. No, we weren't close enough.
Hey, listen, Anthony Scaramucci. Go ahead.
The good news about you and me, we're never going to do anything bad, right? So we don't have to worry about that between you and me, bro.
No, you and I. No, we've all the bad. It's already done. So now it's only good from here on in. We know that. So it's only going to be good. Go ahead, Bern.
So you sound like a Catholic, Rosenberg. You sound like a Catholic saying that.
No, not really.
I was telling the priest that every week. All the bad has already been done until next week.
That's funny.
So the president, Anthony Scaramucci, goes to Japan over the weekend instead of chilling down at Mar-a-Lago, and he's pretty successful visit with Shinzo Abe, the prime minister. They solidified the alliance against China. Despite Biden's comments to the contrary, they are a problem. And of course, we sold Japan 105 fighter jets, et cetera, et cetera. But the big story is the comments that the president made during a press conference about Joe Biden being a low IQ individual, essentially endorsing what Kim Jong-un said.
Yep.
So
you're playing it? Oh, you're not playing. Okay.
No.
I thought that's the president at his best, going to that state visit one-on-one with another foreign leader. That's the president at his best. And then he shows up, you got good Trump, bad Trump. He's got to show up and say something like that, and that's the president at his worst. And so he could be mad at me for saying that, but there's no reason to go after Joe Biden when you're off the shore of the United States. Okay, we're all Americans, okay? Our grandparents fought together to liberate these places, and we may have different political views or different ideological views, but why go after Joe Biden on the international stage and reference Chairman Kim, who, as far as I can tell, is still a North Korean dictator who we're working with, and we want to get a deal done, but we don't have a deal done yet. So to me, I don't agree with the president on that. So he's tweeting about it this morning that he didn't call him an idiot. He called him an individual, and I know that's his New York snarkiness, but I think it's bad for the president. It makes him look bad because when he's doing so well and he's interacting with people in a way that makes America proud, and then he's going to roll the orange bowling ball into the Joe Biden pin. I don't get it, guys. That's just my
Well, what about the media obsessing on just that and none of the other substantive things that actually occurred, the positives?
Okay, but you see, that's to be expected with the media, and so I obviously think that's a ridiculous aspect of the media, and I know the media is in the tank against the president. But then why play into that? Why do you
Couldn't agree more.
strike that match?
I couldn't agree more.
You know you're going to strike that match, and they're going to now shroud all this great stuff you're doing. So why are you doing that? Well, I'm doing that because I hate them and they hate me. Let me strike the match. Okay, guy, you're the president of the United States. Let's not do that.
I mean, also when you consider, I couldn't agree more with you, by the way, and I'm sick of hearing about the media. The media, we know it. We get it. The media is against you. They're not going to give you credit. So you know what? Stop giving them more ammunition to come back at you, which he does all the time. And how about the
100%.
fact?
It's what Chris Christie says. Don't whine about it.
Right.
Hey, guys, they steamrolled me. They turned me into like Italian sausage, right? I mean, they grinded me down and cased me. I don't complain about it. Let's move on.
He also is going to end up probably running against this guy. I mean, it's early, and there are 20-something other candidates, and who knows, maybe, Bernie or Buttigieg or Kamala makes a late run. But at least early on, right now, it looks like Biden is the runaway favorite to win that side. So I guess, this is what Trump did well in 2016. That's what he did really best. More than any policy, he just destroyed the other 17 candidates. He's just starting to go that route now up against Biden.
Yeah, and so it'll either be successful and he'll destroy Biden, or Biden's team smart to look around and say, okay, the president now thinks he's running against us, and they'll have a counteroffensive, and then that also leaves open the opening, because as we both know, sometimes the front runner doesn't make it to the end. In President Trump's case, it was true, and Secretary Clinton it was as well. But go back to 2008 when Mayor Giuliani and Senator Clinton were both leading in 2008. Neither one of them got to the nomination. So we'll have to see what happens. But the president definitely thinks he's running against the vice president. There's no question about that.
Who was MIA over the weekend, Memorial Day weekend, Biden was. But he was out yesterday, Anthony Scaramucci, and there was some videotape of him with a little girl sort of pulling some of the same stuff he did before, touching her and telling her how pretty she was, this type of thing. I don't know. Is that going to stick with him?
The thing is, this is the one thing about the president. Nothing really sticks on the president, but stuff like that sticks on conventional politicians because they spent 4 decades trying to act pure and morally righteous, and so anytime they get a paper cut, they start to bleed out a little bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Seems to be,
and it does. It doesn't stick with Biden, by the way, because he's running and he's doing great. So it obviously didn't. A lot of people thought he wouldn't even run because of it.
Yeah, exactly. But he'll keep hitting them. Remember with the president, everybody knows about stormy, but you guys also know about partly cloudy, mostly sunny, very sunny. I mean, he had a whole weather pattern of girls, right, and nobody cares. And so he's lowered the expectations for himself. These other politicians, though, have set very high expectations, and so when they fall from a pedestal, sometimes it's not a bruise, it's a full break.
Right. Is it true, by the way, that when Jeff Wilpon called you 2 weeks ago, that you told him to fire Mickey Callaway, and he decided not to?
No, there's no truth to that. Okay, I have a great relationship with Jeff, and I'm obviously I own a small piece of the team, and so I'm rooting for the Wilpon family and the Mets every day. And last night we had a good night, so let's focus on that.
It was a great night. Conforto a grand slam. We beat the Dodgers. I'll have all of that coming up on the Blitz coming away in about 2 minutes. Hey, Anthony, as always, you're just a tremendous, tremendous guest. We love you, pal. Thank you so much.
I love you. I hope to see you next week. God bless, guys.
All right. The great Anthony Scaramucci here on the Bernie and Sid Show. We'll take a short break. He referenced it. Big night for the Mets out in Los Angeles last night. Not so good in the Bronx yesterday. We got all your sports news coming your way in just a moment.